This video has to do with the odds in various games in the casino. Before getting into this video much further, I'll give what I call my 3 rules of going to a casino. Rule number 1 is view every penny you go in with as going to be gone. Rule number 2 is view every penny you come out with as a win. And rule number 3 is, if you don't like rules number 1 and number 2, do not go in casinos. To give an idea of the kind of tricks that casinos play on people, if you bet on, this is from the craps table, if you bet on big 6, the odds against you are 9.09%. If you make the exact same bet, which would be a place 6 or a big 6, the same event has to occur. On the place 6, your odds are against you are 1.52%. So just from betting here instead of betting there, your odds change by about 7.5%. To evaluate bets at casinos, you have to have a little bit of mathematics. It's not very complicated. It was my understanding that when Stephen Hawking wrote a book, he was told for every equation that was put in the book, he would lose half of the viewers, or half of the readers. This equation is the expected value of a bet is equal to the probability of winning times the value of the winning minus the probability of losing times the value of the loss. If there are multiple potentials to win and lose within a bet, then these would all be extended out. So if the expected value is greater than 0, then it's a good bet for the player. If the expected value is less than 0, it's a bad bet for the player. And if the expected value equals 0, then it's an even bet. There is also the law of large numbers. What the law of large numbers says is that if you do something often enough, it will come to be approximately what the probabilities say it will be. That is to say, you can flip a coin 3 times, and what 3 results you'll get are all equally probable. You can get 3 heads is equally probable, 3 tails is equally probable as the first a tail, the second a head, and the third a tail. There are 8 things that are likely. Over a long period of time, you would expect to see half heads and half tails. However, and also the law of large numbers is essentially how casinos operate. If everybody lost every time, then no one would come to the casinos. The best salespeople for the casinos are people who had a big win. If everybody won every time, the casinos would be out of business. So what the casinos do is they lose a number of times, but more often than not they win. Okay, then you get into the odds for the various games. The first 2 games are unique in the sense that they have the player making decisions after they placed their wager. In blackjack, you could lose 100% of your wagers. If you just kept hitting until you busted, then you would lose 100% of the time. Most people who play blackjack, if you just looked around the blackjack table and tried to mimic what those people who seem to be winning are doing, you would probably get your odds to be about from between 2% to 6% advantage for the house. If you were to take about 30 minutes to learn how to do basic strategy, depending on the rules of blackjack, you would probably have the house have an edge of 0.15% to 0.5%. That would mean that if it was 0.15% on every dollar you wagered over a long period of time, you would lose 0.15 cents. Or if it was on the other extreme, for every dollar you wager, you'd lose half a cent. Then the next level up is card counting. If you learn how to card count, and if the casino does not detect you card counting, you can get an edge of about 0.7%. Then there's video poker. If you get in video poker, if you get all new cards every time, your odds are about 69% against you. That means for every dollar you bet, you would get 31 cents back. However, one of the things that's unique about video poker as opposed to slot machines is if you look at the pay chart and combine that knowledge with the knowledge of that the odds are, the way the cards are dealt is as if it was a 52 card deck. You can get it so that you know how, can calculate how to make the correct choices, and if you find the right machine, and if you bet the right way, and if you bet the right amount, then you can get a 0.7% advantage over the house. Next is craps. The worst bet in craps gives the house a 16.7% advantage. That means for every dollar you bet, you on average are going to lose 16.7 cents. The best bet in craps is either the come or don't come line. That gives the house an advantage of 1.36%. That means on average, for every dollar you bet, you're going to get 98.64 cents back. The next is slots. Some of the slots you can lose 25% on. In some rare places, you can get a 2% advantage in a slot machine. However, they don't tell you which machine has the 2% advantage, and the reason they offer such a machine is for advertising, so they get people in looking for it. Then there's baccarat. You get to make 3 choices in baccarat. The worst one is to bet on a tie, in which case the house's advantage is 10%. And the best one is to bet on the banker, and the house advantage is 1.06%, which means that over a long period of time, for every dollar you bet, you're going to get 98.94 cents back. Then there's roulette. The odds vary from minus 0.9% to minus 0.53%. The only bet where you get a minus 7.9% is if you bet on what's called top line, which means that you bet on that the ball will land on 0, 0, 1, 2, or 3, and all other bets, the house's edge is 5.3%. So that is your odds in various casino games. I'm selling the Yet Another Blackjack card counting DVD on eBay for $8.99 with free shipping. Card counting works because as the cards are played, the odds continually change. What card counting allows you to do is know when the odds are in your favor. You bet more when it is in your favor and less when it is in the casino's favor. This gives you a net edge. If card counting works, why is blackjack still offered at casinos? About 3/4 of blackjack players use some system or other that gives the casino an edge of about 2% to 6%. About 1/4 of the people take 20 or 30 minutes to learn how to play basic strategy, and the casino's edge drops to 0.15% to 0.5%. Then about 1% take the 20 to 40 hours that is necessary to learn how to card count. Items covered in this DVD include basic strategy, which is how to play your hand, rules of blackjack, the running count, which assigns values to different cards, and adding those values gives you the running count. The values you add are 2, 1, 0, -1, and -2. It also covers how to convert running count to true count, determining what hourly rate you would like to make, determining what size bankroll you need to make your hourly rate, how to vary your bets, what penetration is and how it affects card counting, modifications of basic strategy with true count, other players, consumption of alcohol, what casinos are looking for to determine if you're card counting, what countermeasures the casinos take, and finally, team play. Card counting is a grind 'em out hourly job. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If you just want to go to a casino and talk smart, basic strategy is the route to go. If you want to make money at blackjack over a long period of time, get Yet Another Blackjack card counting DVD on eBay for $8.99 with free shipping. I am selling the Yet Another Video Poker DVD on eBay for $6.99, which includes free shipping. You can get a net edge in video poker if you do the following three things. First, you select the right machine. Second, you bet the right amount. Third, you choose which cards to have discarded the right way. The probabilities of which cards come up in a video poker machine are exactly the same as with a fairly shuffled 52 card deck. Video poker machines also have pay tables. By looking at the pay table, you can tell which machines are good machines and which machines are bad machines. If you combine those two sources of information, you can calculate which choices to make when playing video poker. For example, if you are playing jacks or better and you are dealt 6 of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, 9 of spades, and 9 of hearts, do you keep the 6, 7, and 8 and hope for a straight, a flush, or a straight flush? Or do you keep the 6, 7, 8, and 9 and hope for a straight? Or do you keep the 2 9s and hope for 2 pairs, 3 of a kind, a full house, or 4 of a kind? You do not have to do the actual calculations. Charts are available. The DVD has some charts, and it also tells you where to get more. If you want to win more at video poker, get the Yet Another Video Poker DVD at eBay for for $6.99 with free shipping. I am selling on eBay Get Lucky Win More Craps for $6.99 with free shipping. Craps has all types of potential wagers. This DVD goes through them and tells you which wagers to make. If you go into a casino without the knowledge of this DVD and play craps, you will be like a lamb going to slaughter. If you are going to play craps in a casino, get the Get Lucky Win More Craps DVD at eBay for $6.99 with free shipping.